Hey everybody, it's Bob from Morale Design. Today we're going to be going over something that I've been trying to gear my business towards, which is merchandising YouTubers using additive manufacturing or 3D printing. Now, I have a website that I showcase my 3D printed uh, designs on called Shapeways, and I thought today would be a um, good day to show you how I have used 3D printing to kind of merchandise my own or push my own logo. Now I don't really have a huge YouTube following. I don't really have a legion of subscribers or something like that. This is not really for me to kind of monetize my own brand yet. So because I haven't really grown to that state, but there are a lot of YouTubers out there who have you know 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they merchandise themselves using websites to put logos on their t-shirts, handbags, hats, kind of like companies like Vistaprint or something like that, where they just put their logo on something and they sell it, and they can use it as a shop. Well, Shapeways is similar in the fact that I could put up designs using CAD software, which I'll show you, and then upload it to Shapeways and control the materials that is available to be printed in. And Shapeways does the printing, and I make a commission, much like how a YouTuber who merchandises uh, their brand goes to a T-shirt factory and they sell the T-shirts. And I think they only get like $1 or something like that per T-shirt, something really minimal. But at least in Shapeways, you can control how much commission you get. So I'm going to show you what I did with my own logo. Um, and this is it right here. I'm going to do a um, little featurette on it, but this is it right here. So put in the right orientation. So we're going to go over that, and I hope that with this video that that I engage other YouTubers who are interested in doing something unique for their own brand and 3D printing their own merchandise. So let's get to the first part of the review, which is the software which I used to make it on, which is Autodesk Fusion 360.
All right, here we go. So this is Autodesk Fusion 360. So you can see I've registered under my business name, Morale Design. So this is my logo, and we're going to see when that comes into play. Because there's a feature tree on the left-hand side where you create your where it tracks how you create your part, and it also has this little breadcrumb trail to show you all the features that were used to create it. So this is a pretty simple design. I just wanted to have something that a necklace would come through, and it has a pass through here and goes out the other side. And so I'm still learning the software, so you have to forgive me if I'm not using it the best way. There's a lot of tutorials online on YouTube for Autodesk Fusion 360. So this is not going to be one of those videos. I'm not going to be doing instruction. I'm just kind of showing you the process of, okay, you can play around with software like this, then upload it to Shapeways and try to merchandise your YouTube channel. So just assuming that your YouTube channel isn't really geared around either CAD work or 3D printing, you're probably you may be doing something like uh, social commenting or something like that, or comedy or whatnot, and and you might be kind of put off from doing this kind of stuff, but really it's not as difficult as you may think it is. They really kind of teach this stuff in the high schools, and so it's not that difficult to pick up. You just kind of have to give yourself permission to really have at it. So let's take a look. We'll start at the beginning where you create a sketch, and you can see I just wanted to keep it simple, small, 20 millimeters. It's just big enough to be kind of like a pendant size. So um, So once you get the base shape down, you can, let's see if I can do this. Stop sketch. And then you extrude it. So you know, you can see that first you create the sketch, then you make the feature based off that sketch. So if I made an octagon, it would have been an octagon. If I made a circle, it would have been a circle. But I told it, you know, I'm just going to make a square and I'm going to extrude it out. How much did I extrude it out? Let's see. Edit feature, 5 millimeters. And it gives you handles where you can, you know, change this kind of stuff. It's really a pretty interesting tool. Looking forward to doing more work with this actually. So let's see, the next feature would be creating the hole going through it. So in this case, I use this face as the plane to create the geometry, and then once the geometry is created, you make the feature. So again, it's sketch, feature, sketch, feature. And that's essentially the, you know, the way things go in CAD. You create your base geometry and you paint your picture, and then you use your features to make it, you know, three-dimensional. So now this hole goes through it, and then I created a roundness called a fillet on both sides. So now you don't have to pay for that much material when you go to 3D printing, because when you 3D print things, so some of it's going to be based on just the overall volume of it, overall size of it, and then they're going to charge you like how much material you're using. So you want to use, you know, you kind of want to use as little as possible. Anything that's not a value add. So, and I'm going to have some spaces where it wasn't a value add, and we'll go over that. But right now it's one big hunkin' block. So, and again, more fillets, radius out some areas, break the edges. Because you're gonna be wearing this as a pendant, you want to limit the amount of sharp, you know, areas on it. And then I inserted it. You know, you can go to the insert tool, insert, you know, a picture, and I did that with my logo. I have a bunch of pictures of my logo. You can see it in the lower right hand side of my YouTube video, where you have the you know, the logo is able to pop up on you. And because my logo has a lot of straight lines, it was easy to trace over the logo. And of course, being a CAD designer by trade, I went through and dimensioned it all too. So if I actually went into this and took a look at it, yeah, so you know, I dimensioned it all. I wanted to make sure that I had at least, you know, a millimeter for the rails, because the 3D printing method that's used in Shapeways, states that if you have walls that are less than, I think, half a millimeter, they're not gonna bond right. So so I doubled that, and I think I should even gone even thicker, looking at the piece now. But I wanted to make sure that I had rails that were thick enough to survive through the additive manufacturing process, and make sure the sketch itself is kind of centered. So I took some reference points and kind of made sure the overall logo is centered on the piece itself. So that was fairly simple to do, and these are all the sketch tools that you can, you know, use. It's, you know, not difficult at all. So let's see, the next step was, oh, this is the image. It still retains the image. So as you can see, the sketch, I think, came away from the actual image. So however I made this, it looks like this is a little more spread out than the actual image by a little bit, because you can see some of the after image from here and here. So my actual logo is a little more condensed than the 3D printed one. So could be part of the conversion from JPEG to, you know, from what the application I used to make it to the um, to importing it. I also, you know, you can see in my logo I have a thicker boss on the top and the bottom of the D, where this angle that I used didn't really match the logo, but that's okay. I think the overall intent was maintained, so we're good with that. So the next step would be to create a feature using that sketch and create a cut through. Now the cut through is going to save me a lot of material. I still have this great expanse here material, but that's really not a, it's not a, you know, showstopper. I'm not using a lot of material here, so I feel pretty good about having, you know, a couple of areas where it's not that, you know, the space isn't really being saved. So, but I do need to make sure this is kind of pronounced as the M. So, and then radiusing the inner edges and the outer edges. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so now the trick is how do you get into Shapeways? So let's go to File, and you know, you go to Make and you see a bunch of stuff. 3D print, let's try that. Print utility, mesh mixer. So you hit the make, go to 3D print, you have to select your geometry. I don't understand why you have to, maybe if you have a multiple body part and you only want to print some of it, I guess, I don't know. But you know, use, let's see, mesh maker. So use mesh mixer and then hit OK. And here, let's see, if you're going to put this up on Shapeways, it's going to give you a default kind of orientation. And here it's kind of giving you the orientation which would be best suited to 3D printed if you had like a MakerBot replicator too. So, but we don't really want that. We want to, let's see, Shapeways. Well, that's pretty good. It already has a connection to Shapeways. I think it's going to show you the unit price. This will be your price before you put any markup on it for 217 and white strong flexible. So. So we're not going to import it directly into Shapeways. I want to export it. And you can see I've already kind of exported it out because you know, I've already printed it. So I want an STL file. So this is the file that I created. Let's cancel out this and then close this up, and I'm going to show you how it looks up on the Shapeways shop. Alright, so this is the Morel Design logo up on Shapeways. You can see, you know, all I did was I took the image, superimposed it on some 3D geometry, made a cut in Fusion 360, and then uploaded it into Shapeways. It's not for sale. Let's put it up for sale. So let's go to Edit Product. So put in a title, description, so logo, tag. It's a piece of jewelry. That's fine. Let's generate some renders. That's telling Shapeways, okay, render this in this orientation. So when I choose materials, it'll create renders of each one. So what should I make this in? So let's see if I make it in, let's see, stainless steel, matte gold steel, bronze steel, polished bronze. You get the gist. And then this is where you would say, okay, let's add in, you want the total price to be like, say $13. So Shapeways, when they print it, they're going to sell to, it's going to be up for sale. The customer will see $13. Shapeways keeps 11.87. They'll give you $1.13, and there is another 3%, I think, fee for transferring that money to your PayPal account or whatever you got going on. But these are the base costs of what Shapeways is looking to get, and this is your cost. So if you compare it to like t-shirts and stuff like that, and you're selling a t-shirt for like $20 and you're getting $1, you could do something like this easily and say, okay, well, maybe I make $2. Let's make this $14. And that's my commission for this piece. So after you get done, determining what your markup's going to be, let's say it's going to be 17 for this. Let's see, 14. Let's make it consistent. You don't have to. This could be all over the place if you want, but it's 18. It'd be nice if they had just a percentage, and you can say, okay, my markup rate's going to be, like a certain percentage, the overall of it. It wouldn't be this clean. You could do like $14.99, that kind of stuff. But let's just make it 14 for now. Not a big fan of the 99 thing. I know it's probably a good marketing thing, but I just like to see straight, whole numbers. So, save those changes. And then offer sale to others. Display to the public. And then let's view the product. The renders are still coming along, so you're not going to see those just yet. You can see the initial 3D, and then at the end of all the materials, you can see the three-dimensional rotational thing. So this isn't pretty though, but these will be pretty. So once they're fully rendered, so you can cycle through the different materials, and you can see the prices. Now this is what the customers will see. And then if you have an area where you want it to showcase it on social media, you can copy this link and send it through. Let's see, should have named the 3D model something a little bit better. The customers will be able to figure out what the actual size of it is. But if you do print something like, you saw me hold up the print, I'll probably take some pictures of it, just so people have a sense of scale and what the quality is going to be when you 3D print it. So, and then people can also add in stuff. So, and it's going to give you, on the right hand side, some links to other things that are in your shop if you create a shop. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of the life cycle of trying to monetize your brand using additive manufacturing, and it doesn't have to stop with pendants. You can create other things as well. You just have to be creative. Pencil holders, whatever. You can get into earrings and rings and that kind of thing. I haven't got into that yet, so there's still some learning I have to do before I get into that on ring sizes and what the best backing material or backing geometry to use for earrings. But so, all right. So I hope you found this helpful, and please leave some questions below. And if you want me to get into more in depth into, how do you model in, Fusion 360, we can explore that together in a vlog, that kind of stuff. But you're certainly going to be able to find a lot of reference material on YouTube for both Shapeways and Autodesk Fusion 360. So, uh, so again, let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you are a YouTuber looking to get into this avenue of revenue, um, please just feel free to email me. There's plenty of ways to get in touch with me, both on my website and on the YouTube and even on the shop. So feel free to reach out. All right, thanks, and have a good week.